Taleqan is ancient and historical, a fertile land of roaring rivers and prosperity, a land of renowned men and women. Taleqan is one of the most beautiful and pristine countryside destinations in Iran that's on the southern slopes of the Alborz Mountains in a vast valley 120 kilometers from the northwest of Tehran. A beautiful city that has castles dating back to the time of the Alamut period, which were constructed to protect its inhabitants from Seljuk invaders. Among the natural tourist attractions of Taleqan, one can refer to its permanent springs and its many underground aquifers. Taleqan has become one of the most popular short-haul destinations near the capital, not only because of its springs, but also due to its mountainous weather, green nature, rivers, dam, caves, about 40 small local villages, and the rich culture of its people, not to mention the wildlife that thrives in this mountainous region. One of the beautiful and valuable structures of this city is this beautiful embankment dam, which has been built on the Shahrud River that streams from the mountains of Mazandaran and is a perfect spot for a one-day trip. In order to transfer the water of Taleqan to Qazvin, another city in Iran, the construction of a diversion dam began in 1969, and within the same year studies were carried out around the reservoir to store the springtime floods of the river. The dam, surrounded by dazzling lush green mountains, started its operations in 2006. As you move closer to this engineering wonder, your eyes will be drawn to its huge and amazing crown, that's 1,111 meters long, and the water flowing over it. The length of the lake created by the dam is 10 kilometers. It is a rock-filled dam with a clay core and a reservoir volume of 420 million cubic meters. The water of this lake looks green to the eye, as if it is trying to strike harmony with its surrounding landscape, attracting many tourists from both inside and outside Iran along the way. There are many more attractions within a short distance from the lake you can visit while you're here. Standing tall at a distance of about 650 meters from the western side of the village of Bazaj, there is a beautiful and pristine waterfall known as Sholebon. The Sholebon waterfall is 3 stories high. The lower floor is 30 meters high, the second floor is 5 meters, and the third is 4 meters and originates from the heights of the nearby mountains. The natural scenery that surrounds this waterfall is very beautiful, and to reach it, you'll have to go through old gardens and walk across meadows. After taking in all that Sholebon waterfall has to offer, hit the road leading to the Upper Taleqan neighborhood. If you drive for about 8 kilometers on the left-hand side of the road, you will see a sign directing you towards the Karkabud village and its winding road that runs through a beautiful valley and orchards, a flat plain that stretches for about 4 kilometers. Karkabud is also the name of a beautiful waterfall in the middle of a deep valley surrounded by 30 to 50 meter cliffs, a name derived from the blue color of its rocks. The water roaring down this 50-meter-high waterfall originates from the heights of Mazandaran, and after passing through a valley, it flows into the Shahrud River. There are cave-like entrances surrounding Kakabud, and if you enter them, you will come out from behind the waterfall. In the past, rooms were carved inside these small passageways, which calligraphers used to write copies of the Quran and their own literary works. If the hot weather begins to bother you and you feel like you're in need of a dip, you can visit the small water-filled pools below the fall. We usually only allow nature to act as our muse and to constantly inspire and push us ahead. But we should sometimes simply give in to nature, open up our hearts, and let the power of natural stones heal us.
In between the mountain ranges of East Azerbaijan province, past the green pastures, lies a small city called Sarab, which is famous for its beautiful nature and its great weather. Among the towns located in the northwest of Iran, Sarab is the one with the most pleasant weather and the most beautiful nature. Located in the mountainous regions of East Azerbaijan province, with many rivers and plains, Sarab has always been home to ancient settlements in the region.
شهرستان سراب یکی از شهرستان‌های بسیار قدیمی و مهم استان آذربایجان شرقی هست و دارای قدمت تاریخی است. این شهرستان 72 اثر تاریخی ثبت شده داره، از 150 اثر تاریخی که بقیه‌اش هم در حال ثبت شدن هستن، به لحاظ گردشگری اهمیت داره.
Asnaq Mosque, one of the most ancient historical monuments in the region. Made of stone with immense columns, the mosque is located in Asnaq, a small village in the vicinity of Sarab, where it gets its name from.
این مسجد تاریخی این روستا محسوب میشه و مردم اعتقاد ویژه‌ای به این روستا دارند و نزورات و نیازهای خود را در این مکان انجام میدن و همیشه این مسجد به صورت فعال دایر هست.
This mosque was built about 8 centuries ago. One of the most outstanding architectural features of Asnaq Mosque is its 4 stone columns.
این مسجد اکثرا ستوناشون سنگیه، دور بر کلا دیواراشون حدوداً 2 متر سنگیه، بیرون بنای تاریخی که اونجا نصب کردن اون کتیبه ها رو کلا همش سنگیه، به خاطر اون میگن مسجد سنگی.
The Jama Mosque of Sarab, or the Grand Mosque of the city, is another important historical monument representing Islamic Iranian architecture. The excavations show that the current mosque was built on the remains of a much older one. Another important tourist attraction of the city of Sarab is the bazaar, a typical covered Persian bazaar called Haj Malik. There are also many other monuments that date back to the Ilkhanate era, about 8 centuries ago.
قدمت این شهرستان به هزاره قبل از میلاد مسیح و دوران حکومت اورارتویی برمیگرده. وجود 2 سنگ نوشته میخی در صخره‌ای از کوه زاغان در روستای رازلیق و کتیبه نشتبان دلیل بر سندیت و گواه این موضوع است.
Just a few hills away from the rocks of Cheldukhtar, there is an ancient cuneiform inscription that tells the story of the conquests made by Urartu kings of the 9th century BC. The unique relics that you find on top of the mountain that date back to the 8th century BC make the 20-minute journey worth the while. Our tour of Sarab ends here, but there's still plenty to talk about. including the culture of the people and their way of life. This was just a glimpse of the historical monuments in this region. Gisumish Ahmadi for Iran.